Alright, Limpticks, listen up. I'm sure some will be glad to hear that we're arriving at land soon. Due to this, I'll be briefing you on what is to come. As you may or may not know, we're heading to an island. One which has, mystically appeared overnight. We're not quite sure how, not quite sure why, but that's what you guys are here for. You'll be helping us colonize and research this strange island. Some say this is the home of the gods, as there is a lot of strange shit happening that can't really be explained. But that's not my thing to go into. Anyways, we'll be transporting you to the current established capital. From there, you're free to do whatever you desire, so long as you aren't causing trouble for the residents of the capital. Now, some of you may try and escape the island and go home. That's fine, for you aren't the first to try, and you won't be the last. But I'll have to warn you that giant sea beasts surround the island. Ones which can devour and destroy whole fleets of men. The only reason our ships don't get devoured is because we have the gods watching over us and keeping the sea beasts at bay. So yeah, go ahead and try to escape. Maybe you'll get lucky. Anyways, that's all from me. You'll be briefed more in depth upon arrival. Good luck. Trust me, you're gonna need it.
Soon the ship would arrive at the island, and the guards came through with keys, unchaining all the prisoners. One by one, all of the inmates got off the ship and onto the sandy shores of the island, where armed guards awaited them. Though some prisoners struggled to stand or move due to muscle failure of being stuck in one position for so long.
Welcome to the island, dipshits. Now there's a lot that needs to be said. But before I go into detail on all the fancy stuff, let's lay some ground rules, yeah? Now you guys are here to help us colonize and research this island. That's cool and all, but realistically nobody gives a damn what happens outside the capital. So you're free to do whatever you want while you're out here. With the only real consequences being that you'll probably piss someone off and are at the mercy of others if you're a scumbag. Simple, right? Now, inside the capital, it's a different story. Look, we really don't want to get involved with your bullshit. But if you cause problems, better hope that we like you, or else everyone's gonna suffer the consequences. So don't kill, don't steal, and try not to bite off more than you can chew. If you can do these things, just don't get caught. Seriously, I don't want to deal with your crap, and neither do the other guards. Just don't be a dick, and you should be good. Anyways, you're probably wondering what you're here to research if you're interested in that line of work, right? Well, truth be told, I don't know how to explain it to you besides magic. There are a lot of unique things that happen here which can't really be explained with the human tongue. Some things that are beyond your wildest beliefs, such as hostile animals which attack humans, giant creatures that defy the laws of nature, powerful forests which can attack you, and even these weird structures all around the island which can't really be understood. But there are things that I have experienced which can't quite be explained. Things you'll only be able to understand once you see them firsthand. Anyways, if you're interested in helping the research efforts, you can find out more at the capital. May even be rewarded with a trip back home and nobility status. Or something like that if you do a good enough job. Anyways, do we have any questions?
Please, you're full of shit. There's no way you actually expect us to believe anything coming out of your mouth. Like animals attacking humans? Are you serious? Nobody's gonna believe that.
Actually, some of this checks out. In the mainland of Hesimir, there was a lot of strange occurrences similar to all this, such as the Nephilim or the Women of Sorcery.
Sure, what next? Is water gonna fall from the sky and flood the world?
Well, if that's all you have to say, The supply ship will be arriving soon. Once it arrives, you'll go to it and show your prisoner ID to get the one thing you requested before coming here. We'll be departing to Capital tomorrow morning, so don't cause any trouble in the meantime or you'll be answering to the tip of my sword.
Sir, actually I have a question.
Yes?
There wouldn't happen to be any giants here, right?
Nope. Lucky for you, there's something much worse in store.
Lovely, lovely, lovely.
And what about those of us who didn't request an item?
Well then, you probably start with nothing. It's unfortunate, I know. But we are running a colony, not a charity service. However, I'd go and check anyways in case maybe someone was kind enough to leave you something. But that reminds me, if you guys sign up to be a researcher or expedition helper, we will be offering some basic starting supplies to help assist you slightly. But other than that, you guys are going to have to work if you want to get some more equipment. Since we do have import and trade ships which come here offering goods and services for the best prices we could find. But of course, that still requires money. So make sure to get a job while you're here, or you get to run the risk of enjoying starvation. Anyways, that'll be all. I'm tired of looking at your ugly faces. And well, the supply ship has arrived. So get going, and then meet back here should you desire to go to the capital.
With that, the commanding officer walked away, and so did the prisoners. As Adrian went towards the ship to see if there was any supplies for him, a young, pale, scrawny blonde man would approach him.
Wait! Wait!
Huh? What, kid? Do you need something?
Well, I, actually was wondering if I could, stay with you.
Why?
Well, because, you've helped me out before. On the ship, remember? You gave me some of your food when someone stole mine, and then scared off the bullies.
Okay, and?
And, well, everyone here looks scary, and I'd prefer not to be used as a toy.
If you want to follow me, you can. Just don't slow me down or get in my way. If you prove to be a liability, I'm not sure I'll keep you around. After all, you're pretty frail for that of a man.
Ah, yes. I'm aware of my small stature. I may not have a big frame, but I do have a sharp mind.
Yeah, sure. Whatever, kid. Now let's hurry up and get in line.
Eventually, they'd arrive at the front of the line after a long wait where they saw other inmates get their item of choice. Some had gotten weapons, some had gotten survival gear, others got memories of home, and some even brought seemingly useless trinkets.
Next! Show me your branding.
Adrian would then show his left arm, and the guard would look at the list, then head inside the ship. It took a while, but when the guard came back, he was holding a backpack loaded with gear. There was even a cast-iron cooking pot dangling outside of it.
Not sure how they allowed this. Couldn't imagine how big the bribe was to let this pass. But whoever gave you this sure must have loved you.
Right when the guard said that, all of the inmates would look towards Adrian and what he had gotten, even some of the inmates who had already gotten their item of choice. Adrian would lift it and would struggle at first due to the long ship ride. However, eventually he got the backpack on and walked away. Shortly, Thomas would follow.
Jay, this thing is heavy.
Yeah, looks heavy. But I thought you said you didn't request an item. How did you get all that while I ended up with nothing?
Don't know. If I had to guess, the person who sent me here really wanted me dead, I guess.
Dead? Why do you say that? You've practically been given everything you could want and need in that backpack. A cooking pot and whatever else is in there. What about that screams, "I want you dead"?
The wandering eyes which have found their gaze upon me.
You're looking too much into it.
As the boys walked away and went back to the original spot, they were followed by a man who carried a bronze sword.
Hey, wait up! I'd love to join you two.
I don't know, mate. I prefer...
Sure, the more the merrier.
Great.
The man would get closer to them.
You know, that backpack looks heavy. Why don't I hold it for you?
The man would draw his sword and crack a smile.
Ah, no. I'm good. Thanks for the offer.
No, I insist. Please let me take the weight off your back.
Thomas was quick to hide behind Adrian as Adrian would look around and analyze the situation at hand. It appeared they were at a far enough distance from both the ships that there were no guards or inmates around. Not like that really mattered, since it wasn't like anyone really cared for them anyways. So Adrian would shake his head and stand strong, looking at the soon-to-be attacker with a similar confident smile.
You know, nice stick you got there. But I think I still want to hold on to my own backpack.
I see. Glad you think it's nice. Why don't I give you a closer look?
The man would say, as he went to slash his blade at Adrian horizontally, but Adrian was quick to react and stumbled back, dodging the attack, but falling on his ass in the process. As he hit the ground, the pot lid came off his cooking pot, which Adrian quickly grabbed to deflect the next oncoming attack. For the man was about to stab into Adrian, but he was spared by the lid of his pot. After which the frail blonde man ran off.
So much for a loyal friend.
Coward.
Adrian would slip out of his backpack while he had the opportunity and quickly stand up. Soon a barrage of blows came at him, which he focused on blocking and dodging. Soon Adrian would see an opening and quickly kick the man in the calf, causing him to freeze. After which, Adrian followed by smashing the pot lid into the man's jaw, causing the man to stumble back. When he saw the man stumble back, he tried to push kick him towards the ground so he could finish the fight without being stabbed. However, the man's adrenaline kicked in, which would allow him to swing his blade at Adrian as he was being kicked. The blade would graze Adrian's chest cavity, ripping it open as the sand was stained red, and Adrian walked back. Adrian's vision would get dark, but as the man approached and raised his sword to finish him off, there was a sound of metal clashing and breaking.
What did I say about causing problems while under the influence of the capital?
The man would look at the ground, and then at his blade, which was completely cut in half. Seems the cowardly man had brought help. Soon the attacker would find himself being beat to the ground by some of the guards with sticks.
Don't get the wrong idea, Backpack. We don't care for you, and we didn't come to save you. We are only here to make an example out of the attacker who broke laws while under our dominion.
Sounds good, big man. Won't catch me breaking any laws under your rule. But, oh man, I feel dizzy. Think I'm gonna just sit down.
Hey, stay with us. Don't pass out.
Adrian would collapse onto the sand kneeling, watching as his vision blurred and darkened. More sand would turn red as his body trembled and got cold. Soon the darkness would swallow him, causing him to faint. Later that evening, he'd wake up in a panicked manner around nighttime.
Easy now, buddy. You're okay. I stitched you up, but you shouldn't move so abruptly, as you may open your wounds again.
Where am I?
We're still on the beach. It's just nighttime.
And my gear? Where is it?
Don't worry. Got it right here. Don't think anyone will be messing with you anytime soon.
Why is that?
Well, because they're making an example out of the man who attacked you earlier, showing us what will happen if we cause problems in the capital. Actually, looks like they're about to start his execution now if you look over there.
Suddenly, the man from earlier was paraded on a cross all over the camp area. His skin was transformed from a tan color to black and blue all over. His limbs were contorted as his bones threatened to puncture through his skin. He was gently crying in agony, as the pain he was suffering was much too great to describe for YouTube algorithm's sake. But fear not, as the series goes on, we shall go into more depth on these things. Anyways, the man was soon erected over a pile of wood, which the guards set ablaze, causing the man to scream in agony.
Let this be an example to all of what's to come if you cause problems at the capital. For this man foolishly thought he could attack another person while under our dominion and get away with it. Don't be fooled. We don't care for your safety. We only care for order. So this could be you if you're not careful.
Fucking hell, mate.
Oh my, that's vulgar. I can't watch,
Thomas would walk away as the smell of burning flesh filled the campsite, and the man went on to scream for another hour before finally being put at ease with some wet wood which smoked and suffocated him. Some people could be heard laughing and cheering as if this was fine entertainment.
Sick bastards.
After that ordeal, Adrian would get up and go look for the blond man as he dragged his gear behind him in the sand, being lazy. He'd eventually find the blond man looking at the stars and drawing in some book.
What you doing, kiddo?
Tracking the stars.
Why?
To find out where we are, and to find out what month and day it is.
What? How'd you get all that from some silly dots in the sky?
Simple, really. The day of the month is told to us by the moon, which is roughly 28 to 29 cycles. The stars in the sky tell us the time of the year, and the sun tells us the time of day. It's a neat system, really.
Huh. Cool. But why does that even matter? And where'd you get that book?
Well, time will be helpful in knowing when we need to prepare for winter, which we have about 5 months to prepare. As for the journal, I got it for free after I took a literacy test and signed up to be a researcher.
Huh. Neat.
Anyways, are you doing all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. Not my first injury, you know. Won't be my last. Luckily, it wasn't anything crippling.
I can see that. You're quite resilient, you know. Tell me, why did you fight instead of playing it safe and just handing over your gear?
I'd rather die a man than to be a slave to others. If I gave him what he wanted, people would see me as weak and do as they please with me. He also seemed pretty weak, so was worth the risk. Plus, I didn't think he had it in him to take me out for good.
That is the dumbest, yet most rational thing I've ever heard.
Well, it is what it is. Can't let people push you around. Anyway, what's your name, kid?
Oh, me? My name is Thomas. And yours?
Name's Adrian.
I see. Well, thanks for inspiring me, Adrian. If it's not too much to suggest, I think we should team up. You protect me, and in turn, I can help teach you a thing or two.
I don't know, kid. Sounds kinda far-fetched. Doubt there's much you could really teach me. But we'll see. Let's get some rest and I'll get back to you on it in the morning. After all, we have a capital to get to tomorrow.
You go ahead and do that. I'll meet you shortly. I still got some stuff to record.
Whatever, kid.